a look at the title race with Arsenal live on Sky Sports this weekend. Well, Nottingham... Well, let's get to the top of the Premier League table now. Arsenal are trying to tick off the games as they chase their first title since 2004. This weekend, they're at home to Everton, live on Sky Sports, and they kick off a couple of hours earlier than Manchester City, who go to West Ham. So, if Mikel Arteta's team have been wobbling, if you think it doesn't show in the Premier League's 5-game form table, they are the pick of the bunch, along with Pep Guardiola's side. So, Stephen, Arsenal have passed most tests this season, you would say. Can you see them getting over the line?
Yeah, I can. Again, it pains me to say it, being Spurs and Spurs fan, ex-Spurs player. So it's hard to watch your North London rivals be so convincingly in the lead. And I almost think the result last night has almost even cemented it more in my mind. The fact that the Premier League teams went away and struggled, and Arsenal, they struggled, but they still got a result. They still came back with something intact. It just shows a bit of mental resilience, a bit of resolve that you could label at them before when they dropped and they went out of those positions. But now I just feel like they're defiant in what they want to do. They know exactly what they want to do, and listen, they're taking a lot of criticism for the way they're playing. And I have to admit, I like it. I like the fact that they know how to win. I like the fact that they get the job done. I don't think you can criticise a team for winning games. Yes, maybe they're a bit rough in around the edges when it comes to set pieces, but, you know, finding a way to win is key, and that's what the best teams do. And at the moment, Arsenal are there. I don't see them dropping many points between now and the rest of the season. So, yeah, I do think it's theirs.
Yeah. Everton at home, well, it's not an easy one, really, when you think of it, especially given the away form under Moyes.
No, it's not going to be easy. I don't think any game between now and the rest of the season, there's no game's going to be easy for Arsenal, just because as your front runner, the pressure is building on them to succeed. They get closer to winning one of maybe 4 trophies, you know what I mean? It's an amazing feat that they're still in that, but then every game that goes by gets closer to it, but the pressure builds and they don't want to have a slip up against a team they expect it to beat, so that's almost even more expectation on them in those games. So home to Everton, tough game, but something that I see them being able to get through and get over the line.
There's been so much talk about the Carabao Cup final. It's a week on Sunday and Arsenal face City. Some say that, you know, the winner of this game will be the winner of the league. Others say, no, this is standalone and it has no bearing. Where do you sit on it?
I think it is standalone. I think it's a great marker for whoever wins it. I think if City can win, it might throw a little bit of doubt into the minds of Arsenal players, which I think at the moment they've handled extremely well. But I think if City can win, then might just, listen, maybe all hoping that some of the doubt keeps in the Premier League. But I don't think it defines the season for these sides. I think both of these sides, it's a great cup. Listen, winning an trophy, like I said before, it's such a huge honour to have. But they're going to be their focus is the Premier League. Their focus is that Champions League. That'll be a nice stepping stone towards that for each of them. But I still think Arsenal are going to pull off.
I touched on this a bit in the last hour, but is this version of City good enough for you?
Just enough. That's what's been. Listen, most teams this season have just to show consistency, and they have moments they're brilliant. And I think a lot of the question of City was at the start of the season, Erling Haaland was absolutely flying. He was scoring so many goals, and the questions are, what if that stops? What if something happens to him? And it's exactly what you expected. The introductions of Gay and Semenyo, I think, has been huge for them. I think really important, and it's given a confidence within the group. But, you know, I think last night they showed frailties again defensively, a lack of self-awareness of where they were, and just kind of over-egging their position on the pitch. Caught, and I think at times the City team looks like they're going to get back to a really high level, and they let it drop. So it's stop-start. They could blow you off the park in a game, but I also think that City never did that before. They plough through every match, and you know they're going to get results. Whereas at the moment, it's up and down.
Do you think they're too reliant on Haaland?
Yeah, it seems that way. It seems like when he's not scoring, I know Semenyo's picked up, I think, 5 since he's been there, that the rest of the players don't contribute. But it's not just Haaland. I think, you know, the drop-off of form of Phil Foden, he got back into some level, but he's not been playing at the moment. Doku was injured. There's a lot of key players. And then defensively, brought in Gahey, but Diaz has not been the same. Guardiola's been missing. They just haven't looked that complete unit that they were in the past. You still can't put it past them to go and potentially do something, because it's Pep and he is the best manager and he has some of the best players, so they're capable, but it just feels like they're off it for what they need to be so successful.
The UEFA Champions League clash between Bayer 04 Leverkusen and Arsenal FC delivered last-minute drama as Kai Havertz struck a late equalizer to deny the Gunners a crucial away win. Arsenal had controlled large portions of the match, but Havertz's strike reminded everyone why Leverkusen are always dangerous in Europe. Fans were left on the edge of their seats as the game ended 1-1, keeping the tension alive for the next leg. Soccer ball fire. Mikel Arteta was visibly animated after the final whistle, praising his side for their effort but clearly frustrated by conceding so late. His reaction showed how much the result meant to Arsenal, as they continued to fight for European glory. Arteta highlighted his players' determination and resilience, insisting that moments like these are part of building a team capable of competing at the highest level. Pundit Thierry Henry also weighed in on the thrilling encounter. Henry praised both teams for their attacking intent and tactical awareness, but emphasized how Havertz's composure under pressure made the difference. The discussion highlighted the drama, skill, and intensity of Champions League football, leaving fans buzzing about Arsenal's performance and the potential for redemption in their next European fixture.